Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy, ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy, ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, Mercato is crazy tonight, Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la.
Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you are all doing well. Attenzione, what a night, because we have some names to speak about. Adrien Rabiot, Manuel Locatelli, as you saw in the thumbnail, Colomwani, Zhegrova, attenzione. And other topics like Douglas Luiz, for example, to Nottingham. Here we go. So we have a few things to speak about. Also an announcement for the people that will watch in replay. Announcement that will make some people in a part of the world maybe happy, because it's always a good news. So announcement. We speak about the shirts. The new shirts, 26, 27 already. Attention, we have a beautiful planning that we will go towards in today's video, so I hope you're really doing well. The first one to write in the chat was Ahmad, and he was extremely proud about it, because that's what he wrote. First year. We can also speak a bit about Juve Parma if you want, because at the end, it's still the most important thing. Juve Parma, because it's the game, because that's where it really starts, the official game. That's where we are thinking about the 3 points. 3 points per 3 points per 3 points per 3 points. Victory after victory after victory. So we have a lot of things to speak about, like Mikel that is in the chat. Here I just see that he's just arriving, like Rico the Unknown. Mauri Juve 97. Ciao Fabione 45. Ciao Nicolas Innocenti 7415. Ciao Don Simon. Ciao Nino Sport. Ciao Vega. To Villarreal is a done deal. Look guys, I will immediately answer that one. I always told you here, and I know it was really unpopular, because I know that a lot of people are attached to him, and I was also attached to him, because he was a really fantastic person, also someone that showed something in terms of belonging and what he loved, etc, etc. Wait, because I just received a message. You know that messages are crazy, yeah? But I always told you here, I always told you, people that are following the channel since day one, I always told you, Juventus was not convinced for the first initial price request from Chelsea, because it was extremely high. It was much higher than what they asked now for Villarreal, because if I'm not wrong, it's like 30 million euro that they ask. A done deal at 30 million euro with a player that goes on a permanent deal. He goes to Villarreal. The player didn't want to play there anymore. In Chelsea, he really wanted to play at Juve. This is a reality, but Juventus never really went for the player, because the price was way too high first to begin with, and then because they still had some doubts about was he really worth the price that they were asking, and was he a player that was actually accomplished, ready to form the defense, or can we wait a bit and go for someone else, even if we have to wait a season more, also because it was quite crazy if you're thinking logically. If you have 9, 10 defenders in your team that you are going and you go to invest on an extra defender on top without having exit solutions for the other ones, because that's a reality. So no, it wasn't always about 30 million euro. I see a worm of half that is writing it. I remember that we were speaking about a 45 million euro when Cristiano Giuntoli was still there. Then of course we wait. We are towards the end of the Mercato with a player that doesn't want to play for Chelsea, that is refusing some teams. He was about to go to Atletico Madrid, but then they decided to go for Hansko when the deal collapsed with I don't remember what team that Al Ittihad, Al Nas. I don't remember. Al Nasser. I think it was Al Nasser where the player really traveled to there, and then it was a problem. So then they went for Hansko instead of him at Atletico Madrid, and now in the end they decided to go there. But I always told you here. I know sometimes it's unpopular, sometimes it's not what I would do, but the information that I had since the first day has always been Juventus don't believe enough in the player to go with an investment in bringing an extra defender without having solution for other players to leave. That's the reality. Am I sad? Yeah, in a way, yes, because it's 21 or 22. I don't know if he already celebrated 22. It's a player with potential over the years. He's a good player. He's a player that showed attachment and belonging, which is always nice, but it's the reality. It's the reality. It is what it is, ragazzi e ragazze. Let me say thank you to Limo. Ciao Beppe, too hard to replace Loca this late, in my opinion. We'll speak about Loca, of course. 34 months, so thank you for that, my friend. If you're asking yourself, Beppe, what about the other ones? What about the community? Is the community growing? Yes, the community is growing. Good one, indeed. The volume could potentially be extremely slow. Well done to tell me. Well done to tell me. You're probably correct. Yeah, you were correct. So I increased the volume. You know, when I have meetings, it's really strange. I repeat it every single time. But when I have meetings and when I'm using Teams or Zooms or Skype, for a strange reason, is always actually lowering automatically without me touching it, my microphone. Always. So I need to do it manually then. So well done to tell me. Maybe the microphone is a bit far, so you should hear me much better now. Tell me if you hear me better now or not, so that I can go towards the second topic of the evening. Did you? In the meanwhile, to answer your question, I show you here that we are at the moment with 39,414 Juventini of the world. So thank you for the follow. Really, really appreciate it. You know it. If you want to support the live, the channel, me as a content creator, you know what to do. A maximum of likes so that we can continue. Julian Dos Santos, 40k soon. That's what we try to work on. But anyway, look at the new graphics that we have. Can you rate the new graphics? I show you a bit what we have as graphics. So you have the main one. Then you have the one where we show internet pages like Twitter, for example. You see that they are black with the leaves. The inspiration, I think, is quite easy to understand. Here you see also the watch along that is ready. You see that we have already a spot for a guest. If there is a guest, you have this one where we show the tactical pad. The Telegram group should be here active, where we see all of this. The new shirt, pay attention, guys. So we have worked on it. Why the leaves? Is there someone that can explain to Nemanja why we took some leaves, or where the inspiration is coming from? Is there someone that can explain it? Where is that coming from? Why that one? The maple leaves? No, it's not the maple leaves. Attenzione, Andy Golding. He knows. He knows. He knows. Should be. Always should be. Pay attention. Until it's official, we never know. But it should be the inspiration from the third shirt. Bravo, Colo 99. That is actually giving us a bit more experienced information. Turin Vineyards. On the third kit. That should be the inspiration. So I hope, Colo, you love the work that we did here on the channel for the new overlays. It looks like it's not a lot of work, but it's a lot of work because all these leaves has been designed also with hand. So I really want to say thank you to our friend Aman that is probably not watching today because he's traveling. But all these leaves has been designed with hand. So it's not just a a picture that you're taking somewhere. It's not AI. It's really a handwork to do it, then with all the cuts, etc., etc. So I'm extremely happy also because you remember that we were with the moon topic. The moon was the topic and everything was white, so I wanted for 25, 26 to go with a contrast, to go towards something different. Now, that being said, we'll go towards the shirt, but I wanted to reveal you something before speaking about Mercato, is that because now I can say it, look at that. For the people that are living in Toronto, what do we see? We see that our friends from Juve Club Toronto, so the Juventus official fan club of Toronto, they just announced something, Juventus North American Fan Tour, where there will be fan activations 30th and 31st of August. And you see already the picture of a legend there, which is Stefan Lichtsteiner. Join the Juventus Official Toronto today if you want to become a member of the Juventus Official Fan Club. They have a huge, big community. Meet and greet with the legend. Attenzione! Attenzione, meet and greet with the legend, Stefan Lichtsteiner. And you never know in life, but if things go well, who will be the one that will organize the meet and greet, and who will be the one that will sit next to Stefan Lichtsteiner? Well, I think it's easy to guess now. So I will be in Toronto. So I will be there from the 29th until the 31st in Canada, in Toronto. I'm extremely happy. Really, seriously, I'm extremely honored and happy to be there present. For what reason? Because I've been there with my parents. It was the first big long trip that we did. You know that I come from a modest family. We didn't have that much money, so I remember that my parents were saving a lot of money for the trip, because we were with 4 kids back then, and it was my first and my only, by the way, first and only big trip with my parents, because we visited family there in Toronto, in Niagara. We did a bit of the tour of south east of Canada, and I will be back in Toronto this time for work, so I'm extremely happy also to meet the community. I was a bit sad, I tell you the truth, during the Club World Cup, when the tour of Juve with the J Villages already started in Toronto, and I was not there for the first one. I joined them in Boston. I was a bit sad, but you see, sometimes opportunities are opening again. So for the people that are living in Toronto or in the neighborhood in Canada, I don't know yet how you can do it. I think that it's best to contact Juventus Official Fan Club, because not Beppe, but Lichtsteiner will be there, which is fantastic, and which is really, really fantastic to see a legend like Stefan Lichtsteiner that will speak about his experiences. Now, I will, of course, start working on the interview that I will do there, and trying to have a beautiful surprise also here. But this is something that we will try to find out later. Guys, now, I hope you are happy, at least. Who is living in Canada, by the way? Stefan is speaking Italian for sure, German for sure, English for sure. I don't know if he's speaking French, but anyway, we don't go towards the... we will not be in Montreal, we will be in Toronto, so the main language will be English there. Limo is close to Toronto. Juve fan is close there. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Saraza is coming here. I doubt he doesn't speak English. No, he speaks English. Orion, are you also from Toronto? AJC is not coming from Toronto, guys. Maybe they will be there, but they are not coming from Toronto. If I'm not wrong, they are coming from the other part of Canada, at least Alberto. Bravo. I can understand it, but it's difficult, huh? Bravo, 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 bravo. So I'm happy about that. What do we speak about? You want to go really fast towards the shirts? The new shirts? Let's do that. The new shirts. I mean 25, 26. Guys, the third shirt should be that one, posted by our good friends of La Maglia Bianconera. Pay attention. Pay attention because don't forget it's an accuracy of 50%. Accuracy of 50% is really important to keep in mind. I know, because then you will be pissed off, you will be disappointed, you will be angry, because it's not like the first design that they showed you. What they are doing is receiving verbal information, like for example the color, the main color, and the logos, and then they try to make something about it. Sometimes they know if it's a V-neck, a roll neck, Mao neck. They know this kind of information, but 50% is really, really far from reality. But that's the first inspiration of the shirt. It's really beautiful. Now, the really big, huge, different thing is that this one is the third one. That where we see the Juve logo back on it. Because apparently the 20, it's 26, 27, Meola. Because apparently it will be the away shirt that will have this logo on it, while for last season and this season it will be on the third shirt. Apparently it moved one ranking up, going towards the away shirt that will be total pink, apparently, in homage of course the first shirt that we were playing with back then. And then black and white details should be really, really, really beautiful if it's like that. And then we see the home shirt that is inspired by the first trophy that we won, 76-77. I mean, I think it's the first international trophy. It would be strange if it's the first trophy. Yeah, it's the first international trophy shirt that we won with. It was this one. So that should be a bit the inspiration. It looks like that, huh? Like the first, was it the first? No, was it the first? Looks a bit like this one, huh? Fast look, huh? Also with the detail of Adidas in that color, a bit that golden color. Looks a bit like this one. At least that's a bit the inspiration I saw here. Then, guys, it's really, 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 really too soon to speak about that. Too soon, because it's only 50%. It's the 17-18. It's only 50% of accuracy. But we can go to our colors. So black and white for the home with golden details. Pink for the away, and then total black with again golden details for the third one. Chapeau, should be really, really beautiful, guys. Sometimes it's easy, what a Juventino wants, no? Then let's see what extra pattern, what extra design, what extra detail they will push. What kind of black, what kind of pink, what kind of gold will be put in there. We will see. But again, I tell you in advance, don't hope too much that they will stay like that, because then I know that in a few weeks, in a few months, you will be again pissed off. I know that already in advance. Anyway, it could be that we have a bubblegum pattern. Could be. Fabio, fino alla fine, member for 2 months. Thank you, my friend. Boniface to Milan is a bad news for Juve. We will speak about that, because now we go towards Mercato. That new shirt is fire, says Think McFly. Thank you for the donation, my friend. Really, really appreciate it. There was a bug for the latest 2 days on StreamYard where the donations and memberships were not colored anymore and were also not really visible. So it was extremely difficult. I'm sorry if there were some moments where we didn't see attenzione, because people are telling me attenzione. We start with Mercato, dai. Let's start with Mercato. Attenzione. They were waiting for me. My new friend Fabrizio Romano. My new friend Fabrizio Romano was waiting for me. He said, Beppe, what time are you going live today? I said at 11. It's good. How much do you need a bit of time to introduce the shirt that you will go to Canada? I said, give me 20 minutes. Okay, Beppe, because then I will go out with the news. So it's okay for you? I said, here we go. I said, here we go, Fabrizio. The first announcement that we have with the new overlays is the one of Arthur. Gremio is pushing to get Arthur Melo deal done with Juventus. Talks are underway. Understood it would be a permanent deal on free transfer if all goes to plan. Well, guys, I don't know how great of a news it is. People will celebrate. I would not celebrate too much about that one, to be totally honest. Thank you, Nabila Bruz 5413. Thank you for becoming a new member. I don't know how, if I need to celebrate too much about it, because when you see free transfer, which means that we are going in minus valenza, that we are losing money there. We tried several years to extend the contract to be able to send him on loan, to reduce the salary that he had, hoping that with less salary a team would have invested in him, and that's what actually is happening now, because someone is able to take him permanently if things goes through. To take him permanently, because Gremio wanted him really. He wanted to go to Gremio, but the problem is that Gremio doesn't want to invest any money, which means that we will free up the contract. So we will let him go there. We are losing way less than we had in the past, but if I'm not wrong, guys, it's more or less 10 million euro. It's more or less 10 million euro that we are losing, saving 2 years where he's still earning, if I'm not wrong, 2.5 million euro. Let me check on Capology. I don't know if the 2.5 million euro are net or gross. Let me check. Arthur. Try to find a good one. No. And now we try to find. There are a few. We try with the first one. Let's see. Is it the right one? Oh, lucky. The first one is the good one. Wait, okay, euro net. He still has 5 million euro. Is that possible? No, it cannot be. It cannot be that it's 5 million still net. I don't believe that. You see, earning history. He had 5 and it went to 2.5. 2.5. They are increasing it again for I don't know what reason, but that looks really strange to me. That looks really strange to me. I thought there was a reduction on the salary of wait, it's important, Nuovo stipendio Arthur Melo, Juventus. You see? Con il peso di un contratto da poco meno di 5 milioni lordi. So they are speaking about gross 5 million. Yeah, it's 2.5, guys. Capology is wrong on that one. From what I heard, and I knew it was 2.5. Yeah. 2.5. So that's why we renewed him. So it's a 2.5. Anyway, 2.5, what is 2.5? You need always to calculate it gross. It's 5 million euro. Gross, maybe there was still there decreto crescita, I think. So instead of from 2.5, instead of 5 million, we are speaking about a 3.5, something like that. So 3.5, yeah, actually, we are saving gross, 3.5 plus 3.5, because he had still 2 years of contract. We are saving 7 million euro of salary, but we are giving away the value, the depreciation of the player of nearly 10 million. Probably it's 8 million. Yeah, we are not losing a lot because we are saving a bit of salary, but we are losing on value. So I would not celebrate on that one. If we would have cashed in at least 1, 2, 3 million euro, would have been nice, and then we could have said, okay, we go totally break even and we don't lose because we save on the salary. But it's not something that I celebrate with when people are saying Beppe, at least it's over, at least he's gone. It's not something that again next year we must talk about and we must try to find a solution on that one. I totally agree on that one. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. But it's not one to celebrate. I don't feel it like that, and I don't believe that at Juve someone is celebrating. Maybe a relief, maybe at a certain moment they cut the ties and they, probably would have said, I go nowhere. I don't go to any other team. I don't care. He already did that, I think. Staying 6 months without playing, he doesn't care. So maybe, it was time to say, okay, maybe we have the player, we don't sell him, but we will still pay him. So maybe it's time now to find a solution. Attenzione! Attenzione. That's a big one. That's a big and controversial one. We go immediately with this one. Alfredo Pedula. Exclusive from Alfredo Pedula. Rabiot, or the entourage, maybe even Rabiot himself, offered himself to Giorgio Chiellini. Comoli, on the other side, is pushing for O'Reilly. Rabiot has also been offered to Inter. That's a big one. Rob is saying never mind. Rob, no, never mind. That's a huge, big one. If it happens, it's a huge, big one. I see Anthony Schifano that is saying, whoa, Beppe dream come true. No, I will be unpopular on that one. Sometimes you don't know me. After all these years, you still don't know me, how I think. Guys, let me say thank you to Think McFly. Grazie. Beppe, I love capital call. If we lose 10 million on Arthur, is Elkan able to balance? But that's the problem with Elkan, not the problem. Or the good thing with Elkan. He's saying the Club World Cup wallet is opening the wallet, and that's something that we should avoid at a certain moment, seriously. But we took into consideration to increase the capital gains. So to do a capital increase, again, we did it. We took into consideration and pay attention because Milan, as earlier said by Fabio, taking Boniface, with Napoli trying to go for Højlund. Well, instead of Juve having again the cards in hand with a battle, Napoli-Juve, Napoli-Milan for Dusan Vlahovic, it could be that both of the team, they have another striker and that Dusan Vlahovic will stay at Juve. So that could be potentially a problem, a real big, huge problem. That being said, about Adrien Rabiot, guys, and I will always tell you that I had the opportunity to meet someone, to speak with someone multiple times, interview, real life, and you know how much, and I will never lie about that because I don't care what people are thinking. I met the person, I know the person, and I can tell you how much respect I have for Adrien Rabiot as a person, a player that I also defended a lot before he did his great season where people were extremely happy about his season. I defended on the field as well, not only as a person, because I really believe that he was bringing the dirty work in and did much more than what was visible. I know that in football, a lot of time we are analyzing what people are doing with the ball on their feet, but there is a lot of big, huge work without the ball, something that some players are not appreciated enough for. So Rabiot, according to me, is a really, really big player. We know it, there were some problems at Marseille after the game against Rennes. He is officially on the market. I was not there. I don't know what happened, even if it has been reported by President Longoria, by Sporting Director Benatia, and by some insiders. We are a bit aware of apparently what they are telling us. Rabiot, without any doubt, has been the one that carried Marseille last season, has been the best player of Marseille, and was also, I think, the only one from Marseille in the starting 11 of the best 11 of a league and last season, if they are in Champions League. Big work, not only, but big work and big thanks is to also Adrien Rabiot, confirmed also today by Benatia. Now, that being said, would I love to have Adrien Rabiot back at Juve? I think that at a certain moment, when it's over, it's over. When it's over, it's over. I really thought a lot of time in season 24-25. If only Rabiot would have been there, I think that it would have been easier for our midfield. Because Douglas Luiz not performing, because Teun Koopmeiners not performing. I really believe that with Adrien Rabiot on top of Locatelli and Thuram, it would have been a midfield that could have been. We know Rabiot is one without injuries, is one that is physical, that can play you 90 minutes in and out. I really believe that he could have brought something for Juve. Doing the dirty work, letting Thuram going with these runs, carrying the ball. When if it was not Thuram, could have been Rabiot. I really think that it would have even be beneficial for Thuram to play with Adrien Rabiot. That being said, could he still give something to Juve? Absolutely yes. I'm sure about it. If he comes to Juve, he starts, he plays. I'm totally convinced. Would I be even happy if he's there? Yeah. But I think when it's over, it's over. You need new ideas. You need some time to just move forward. You need to move forward. He's not appreciated by a lot of Juventini. It's a player that needs to be appreciated. I know that. I would not do it. Honestly, I would not do it. And it is what it is. I can tell you a secret. That is actually a player that was really, really pushing for a competitive winning Juve. And that he didn't agree with the project of Cristiano Giuntoli. I know that. And that's the reason why he left. Not about money, not about this or that. That's something that I will always give him credit for, because he said, I don't believe in the project. I'm at the end of my contract. If I don't believe in the project, I don't renew. I think that a lot of players should do sometime like that. You don't believe, you leave, and you see what is happening. Maybe you will end up in a huge big club, maybe not, but you are taking the risk. But when it's over, sometime it's over. I don't remember comebacks that work really well. Who were the comebacks that worked really well? Not Pogba. Buffon came back, Buffon with his legendary status, but it was, of course, end of career. We cannot really compare it. But even Buffon didn't really feel it as a... You already explained it, He came back and then, it was a bit difficult. Bonucci didn't work. Morata... Can we say that Morata worked well? Yeah, we could, depending on the level. Cannavaro didn't work well when he came back. It was a disaster. Cannavaro 2.0 was a disaster. Higuain was not good. Matri has never been the starter at Juve. He did the job. Was never really considered the first in line. Maybe in his first spell. That's it. Cáceres. Yeah, Cáceres did well. Yeah. But I'm speaking about players with the importance of a Pogba, a Rabiot, a Bonucci. It's difficult, huh? But no, I don't want to consider Fagioli because Fagioli didn't come back. He went on loan. Marchisio went 1 year on loan. That's totally different. That's not a comeback. I'm really speaking about a player that leaves. Weston went 6 months on loan, guys. Allegri, we could say that Allegri 2.0 as a coach didn't work out as we wanted. For X, Y, Z reasons. No, loan players I don't want to calculate. That's not the same story. I'm really Adrien Rabiot with Juve, it's over. Now, the big news of Alfredo Pedula is that he offered himself to Juve. Am I surprised about it? I'm actually not surprised about it because Sincere is a player that really attenzione. Did you watch the video of today? Oof. That's a huge one. Guys. Live here. Do you remember what I told you today? Do you remember? Who watched the video of today? Tell me, honestly, don't be ashamed. Tell me yes or no, I watched it or I didn't watch it. Aldo watched it, Salman, Orion, me. So do you know that I went controversial? Not controversial. I went against all the media, and what did I tell you? I told you one thing. I said, don't believe, or at least believe whatever you and whoever you want, but pay attention because Kolo Muani to Juve, we hear every single day from everyone. It's Kolo Muani Day, it's Kolo Muani Day this, it's Kolo Muani Day that. Kolo Muani will be there, he will be there for the family game, he will be there for Juve Parma, he will be there here, he will be there that. I told you, Juventus, they made an offer to Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus is still confident, but Juventus on the 20th of August, these were my words, Juventus on the 20th of August is obliged to start looking for alternatives, for plan B. That's what I said, bravo Patrick. I said plan B. We are obliged to look for plan B because Paris Saint-Germain is doing difficult. Because they still want that extra little money. It was not only the obligation to buy that made them happy. Juve offered 50 million euro. I don't know if it's 10 plus 40, 15 plus 35. I don't know the construction. But I told you that Juventus made the offer that they consider really a big one. But now Paris Saint-Germain, apparently they are not satisfied. They changed. They want a bit more, where Juve says, oof. So today, Juve is still confident that the player can come. But as you can see from Alfredo Pedula, he's actually telling you what I told you in the video of today. I couldn't reveal the names. I didn't reveal you the name. Alfredo is doing it now. Esclusiva. Kolo Muani, il Paris Saint-Germain ha alzato l'asticella, ma la Juve conta di chiudere e insiste. So, exclusive. It's on my video of today. Kolo Muani, PSG asked a bit more. Juventus they really want to close the deal. And they are insisting Juve. But Juventus is looking for plan B. And plan Bs are Jackson and Openda. I know. I see the reaction of the chat. First of all, I'm a bit disappointed that there is nobody that says Beppe. How do you know? I'm a bit disappointed. But anyway, let's move on from Beppe. How do you know? And I see also nobody that is saying, no, Beppe, we really, really, really wanted Colomani. I just see we don't want Jackson. Wait, because I need to do something with that. Watch my videos. Watch my videos. And watch it always until the end. Guys, on the 20th of August, Juventus is obliged to take some plan B in consideration. They're obliged. And it's not that you have a lot of strikers available. Not that I ever believed, and I always told you that, in Osimhen. But Osimhen is gone. Gyökeres is gone. Alexander Isak is still there. Boniface could have been a top name. Boniface could have been a top name, but Milan was fast. And on top of that, Boniface is alone with an option to buy. I tell you, to answer my friend Fabio, Milan did a top thing. If physically he can play longer than 3 games, I tell you that bravo, Andy. Andy is saying the big risk of Boniface, of course, is the injuries. But if Boniface physically can play, but that's also why they went for a loan with an option to buy, not an obligation to buy. No, Voltomade, guys, he cost 75 million euro. Bayern, they wanted him, and his team said no. So the transfer market of the strikers is over, guys. So you don't have a lot. I didn't know about the names. At least one. But Nicholas Jackson is a player that is flopping. We know it. At Chelsea, he doesn't do well. I see also a lot of people are following the Premier League that are saying, Beppe, no. Hey, guys, you're obliged to take a plan B. What does that mean? If you go for Nicholas Jackson, it means that you have your starter, Jonathan David. Jonathan David becomes your real number 9, and we continue with a 3-4-2-1. We know that with Colomani, you could have even possibly have alternative solution, continuing with a 3-4-2-1, but also being able to play with a 3-4-1-2. With Nicholas Jackson, you go towards a player that is someone that can play. Because last year, remember, we did the mistake of having only Dusan Vlahovic. Openda is a player that we checked, that we analyzed, that we pay attention for, that we were speaking about, if I'm not wrong, 2 summers ago. I love the player, Openda. Now, Openda, I'm not sure about Leipzig leaving him, because they already sold, he's still playing at Leipzig, no? Because they already sold Šeško. Let me check. Openda. Luiz Openda, Leipzig. He's a totally different player than Colomani. 177, another small striker. He's a falso 9. Center forward, yes, but it's more. I remember when we were analyzing Leipzig. Did we play against Leipzig? When was it that we played against him? Why do I remember that? Ah, yeah, the big game. The big game. The turnaround of the season where they destroyed our entire team, no? Yeah, I remember. But I remember how I was studying Leipzig and the movements of up and down without playing with the real number, and they were changing position. Remember, they were always. I think that I made a video about that. I don't really remember. But it's a really good player that I really like. But again, it's a player that is not giving you the solution. The goals that Colomani was able to score with his header, not sure that up and down will be able to do the same, because it's 177. It's not. He's shorter. He doesn't have the same extension as a Colomani. And we already have Jonathan David that is more or less the same height. But it's a really technical player. It's a real technical player. Look, that's a player that I really like, but I wanted to look at his contract until 2028. So he has a solid contract, huh? Solid contract. Then Juve, they already have some money to spend on the market, because if Colomani doesn't arrive, you still have money. At the moment, he has a value of 50 million euro. He's 25. It's a good player, huh? I think that we need more Colomani than Openda. Jackson. Hey, guys, these are the names, huh? Guys, Nicholas Jackson. It's a player that Milan was talking about, Napoli was talking about, because now we are at the 10 days of the end of the Mercato. The strikers that are available, these are the strikers, huh? Also him. 50 million euro value at the moment as we speak, 24 years, 187, so it's much taller than an Openda, for example. Can play on the left, can play on the right, can play as a center forward. Yeah, but also him. Not a non-EU passport. Openda from Belgium. Belgium-Moroccan. The other one, no. Oh, disaster. Disaster. Hey, that's a huge big news, guys. This one is a huge big news. The news that I told you today, but people, they don't believe me. I told you pay attention. I told you pay attention. No. You cannot compare. Anelka, with all the respect, had a huge career. But didn't get along with Antonio Conte when he was at Juve. They were about to fight with each other. I can tell you that. Inside stories. And it was the end of his career. Why are people in depression mode? Openda you don't like? Openda. Tell me about how much you like or you don't like Openda. Thank you, Sosi. Became a new member of the channel. Thank you, my friend. Really, really appreciate it, my friend. Let me check here. Bravi. Anelka indeed had some problems with a lot of people. But Antonio Conte is not the easiest one to work with. Yeah, I agree. Difficult, to believe in Openda. Openda is a bit more the, how can I say, the unrealistic target. Yeah, I agree. Different players, but I agree. Also, in Italy, you don't have the open spaces, Openda, you know that Openda looks a bit like. Am I wrong if I can say that there are some, not entirely, but some similarities more with the Zirkzee of Bologna? Openda? Yeah. Girassi will not move. It's a player that I like also from Dortmund, but I don't think so. Also difficult. That's why you need to pay cash money. Boom, on the table. Scamacca I would not take, guys. Big risk comes from a year of injury. And Atalanta, they just went for an alternative on him. That is a Kristovic. That would have been a beautiful name. Attenzione, that's the name that I would love to see linked to Juve. But also here, we are speaking about Openda, Mikaudatse, Zirkzee, kind of the same kind of typology of player, while the other one is different. Kalimundo, he just signed for Nottingham Forest. Colo. 30 million euro. Hey, but if you are sure that you take Colomoni, if Paris Saint-Germain is okay, and then Paris Saint-Germain suddenly they say, now we want more money. We were fooled on that. We were fooled on that. What a disaster. But I told you, I felt it. It was already 2-3 days that I tell you that I say pay attention to what Gazzetta dello Sport is saying, because they are selling you that he will be there on the family party. Pay attention. I said no. From what I know, no. And now we have confirmation that indeed something is happening, with Paris Saint-Germain doing extremely difficult. Suresh, please, Suresh, don't start, delete that tweet, because don't start fights, guys. This is absolutely not the way of communicating, please. Suresh, if you're still listening, don't do these kind of things. That's not okay. I never said that someone is copying or not. You know that there are a lot of people with a lot of information. We are in a nice community, so don't start wars, unnecessary wars, because that's not okay, Suresh. So please tell me that you understood the message, because that's absolutely not okay. No, because I'm looking at Twitter, I see some tweets. That's not how we are in the community, in starting fights, especially with some professionals. Not okay. So Suresh, please confirm. And now Suresh is appeared. Anyway, I will write him a message in a second. No, because I don't like when we are starting to make some war. I never said that. I never even said that. No, because I see Suresh that is going under the profile of Alfredo Pedulla. Why are you copying GJustjuve? Please credit him. Guys, it's a person, Alfredo Pedulla, that has, 40, 30 years of experience in calcio mercato. Guys, it would be ridiculous to even think that he will spend his time in watching English videos from GJustjuve to copy a news. That's absolutely not how it is. And there are already enough fights on internet to not investigate them. I really don't like that. Anyway, it's not Saraza, it's Suresh. Okay, other news, guys. Then I will send you a message when I will take a break in a second. Rabiot, we spoke. Then that news of Colomani arrived. What do you want to know? Give me a name. Here, guys. You remember this one? That's what we needed to speak about. Manu Locatelli that today answered. Gave an answer immediately here. Fino alla fine with his picture. So confirmed, I think, via social that Manu Locatelli stays at Juve. Okay, it makes totally sense. Makes totally sense for me. Totally sense. Okay. No, I'm mad because I don't know if it's kids or not. I don't know, but no, I'm mad about these kind of things. I'm really mad. The bad intention of people is sometimes or bad understanding is really annoying me. Really annoying me. So Manu Locatelli stays at Juve. And I told you, never in my life I would have thought at the alternative world where Manu Locatelli would have left Juve. Impossible. To me, impossible that he would have left Juve for all the reasons that I said. Then today, I read some articles where I said, guys, it could be possibly that I was wrong. Strange, I said, because I hear that he could have taken it into consideration. Today he comes out with a message that is really clear to say, guys, no. And this is what I was expecting from the beginning. Then that you like Locatelli, that you don't like, I don't care. On the 20th of August, no, especially not for 25 million euro. Or 35, because you know the price of the market. So on that one, I think that we go really fast. Locatelli doesn't leave. Then can he leave in the winter? Can he leave in the summer? Can he leave? I don't know. Can we find better player? Can we upgrade? Yeah, whatever. But I never believe that he would have left from his intention to Saudi Arabia on the 20th of August. Impossible. For Colomani, we already read it. We already spoke about it. We spoke about Locatelli. We spoke about, let me check, about Rabiot. Weston McKennie. Despite the lack of agreements for contract extension, Weston McKennie wants to stay at Juventus. His contract expires in 2026 and he seems oriented to leave Juve as a free agent at the end of the season if they don't reach a new deal or renewal. From what I know, guys, there are no, at the moment, promises of contract extension. So, Hernan Jimenez. Quale notizia, Hernan? Noi abbiamo visto soltanto quella di Arthur, ma ne abbiamo già parlato, Non lo so. What else? We were speaking about Nikos Kira, right? So about Weston McKennie, lack of agreement on contract extension. That's what we said. Let's see. Now today I never heard any team except of Roma a bit in the beginning, but not really serious on Weston McKennie. So I don't think that he will leave today. He changed number. Today he went for the number 22, where Di Gregorio went for the number 16. He was really happy to take that 16. But we already read it, my friend. Zero delays. We already read it. We already spoke about it like 25 minutes. Is McKennie, ciao Sebastiano, is McKennie the first Juve player to wear 4 different numbers? Pre-season not included. No, no. In theory, no, because you know it that before 96, the players, at least in Italy, they were actually playing with the number from no, before that time. Before that time, they were playing with numbers between 1 and 11, the starting players. So it could be that they have played with nearly all the numbers except of the number 1 as a goalkeeper. And when they were on the bench, they were playing with other numbers from the number 12 to 16, if I'm not wrong. So players were rotating a lot with players. So in history, there are players that played with different shirts. Then if you are telling me from a normal period where really players had their number, I think that Tacchinardi had more numbers or equal numbers. Let me check. Alessio Tacchinardi had he played with voilà, the number 3, the number 20, the number 15. Ah no, 3 numbers for Tacchinardi. I try to think. Tacchinardi played with 3 numbers, so McKennie with more. Rogani always played with the number 24. Vlahovic with 2 numbers. Chiesa 2 numbers. Maybe Tudor. Maybe Tudor. Let me check Tudor. No. 5, 28, and 19. I remember that they had a few numbers, but 3 numbers. Grande Massimo Lesti. Grazie, my friend. 36 months. It seems the will of the player is losing importance. Despite players like Colomoni and Sancho wanting Juve, their clubs are still asking for more. Yeah, but Sancho is a tricky situation. Juventus didn't really push in the all-in at the end for Sancho. Colomoni, yeah. But it's a bit the same for a lot of... we are doing a bit the same now. But it makes sense at a certain moment that clubs are also doing... oh, guys, it's our price. I can understand. I'm trying to find some players with more than 3 numbers at Juve. Danilo had 2 with the 13 and the 6. Locatelli 27 and 5. Buffon with 2 numbers, 1 and 77. Jovinko 3 numbers, 12 by heart, 20 if I'm not wrong. 20 and 12 by heart, I remember. And the number 43, yeah, we can count it as well. Even if the 43 is, the first time that he's going not officially to the first team, Can we really count it or not? We could, potentially, because he played with the number 43. Marquisio played with 2, Dybala as well, 2. Now we need to really think more in the past. Zidane will always play with the number 21. Miretti with 20, with 21. Probably Miretti. Attention, it's not... Miretti for sure. For sure 4 numbers. For sure 4 numbers. Ah, no. 3. With the number 47, with the number 20, and the number 21. 3 numbers. Quadrado could be... I think 3. Let's see, Quadrado. Quadrado played... Now I have it in my mind. 11, 16, and 7. He played first with 16, he went to 7, he went back to 16, and then the number 11. 3 numbers. Fagioli. I don't know. I don't think. Let's see. Oof. 21, 44, 34, 41, and 44. Yeah, we have one. Fagioli. Fagioli, we played with 4 numbers. So the first time that he played at Juve, a single appearance was with the number 44. Then he went back to play with Juve 2020-2021 with number 41. Then the season after, appearance with Juve, number 34. Then he went with the number 44 again, but we are already worried. And then at the end, 21. Bravo. For Nemanja, yeah, my friend. We are with 420 people. I'm having a nice time with the community. If you're not happy, go and read on Twitter, my friend. Orion is checking me. Ilkay Gundogan is no longer central in Pep Guardiola, which I said it. Plans, and he could leave Manchester City in the next day. I don't think he will go to Juve. That was an idea that I had. I don't remember when I had that idea. When was it I had that idea of Gundogan? Did I make a video about it? I don't remember. So Pinsoglio 4 as well? Could be. So it's not a record for Weston McKennie. Yeah, probably, yeah. I didn't hear about serious contact for Gundogan. I heard about, what is the team that are interested in him? I think Galatasaray, no? I think that Galatasaray is interested in Gundogan. Would make sense. But I personally didn't hear about Juve. It was an idea I had. I let it go. Let's take him. Good player. But Nico Gonzalez. Fenerbahce? Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I heard from Turkey, but I was not sure. I had a tweet. Attenzione. Let me check what I read, what I wrote. Yeah. I spoke about it and then I made a tweet about it. It's true. It's true. I would take him. Ciao, Paolo. I would take him. No? Top movie. Guys, if you want to see or to watch a Indian movie, RRR. Really good movie. I really enjoyed. For people from India, bravo. Beautiful movie. Sometimes because it's a different culture, of course. It's a bit different than European or American movies, but I really loved it. Nico Gonzalez. Well, Nico Gonzalez, repeated also by Fabrizio Romano, by Matteo Moretto. Nico Gonzalez, there are still interest from Atletico Madrid, but at the moment it's interest without a real offer. But they are still on him. They didn't give up, even if we don't hear a lot about the club. But they are still on the player. So at the moment, that's it. He could still leave. He could still leave. Yeah. I spoke about Renato Vega in the really beginning, beginning. I'm not regretting because I know that Juve was. I always told it. I've never been 100% convinced to put money now on him. Do we want to speak about Douglas Luiz? We didn't. We didn't even speak about Douglas Luiz. Looks like it's a really old information. So to make it clear, Douglas Luiz, 30 million euro. Then we don't know bonus, we don't know the resale, we don't know these kind of things, but permanent, no, not permanent. 30 million euro, which if you sell him at 30 million euro would have created a minus valenza. Minus valenza means that you are losing money on it. But there was one condition that I tried to explain this morning. If you really do 30 million euro, there is one condition to not lose money. It's actually that you go with a loan with an obligation to buy. Why? Because if you do a loan with an obligation to buy, it means that you are not actually making him out of the team in the books, financial books now, but it's still your asset. And because it's still your asset, you have a year of depreciation because it's still written in your books, which means that actually you will still in your book pay for a depreciation for that year. That will be partially compensated because what I heard is 30 million, but in this 30 million, you have 2.5 million euro that on top that will be for a loan. So it will be a 2.5 million euro for the loan, which you will compensate a bit, not entirely, that loss. Because the player is not there, but it's this asset that you pay in our financial book. But at the end of the year, because you already have one more year in depreciation, it means that at the end, with 30 million euro, you will not lose money and you will actually do a small plus valenza next year, not this year. What is the pity? What is annoying is that you don't have immediately the money. You can count on it, yes, but you don't have it. Then, if it's an obligation linked to certain conditions, means, for example, a number of appearances or this or that, that means that you cannot even do anything about that money. That's a bit the annoying part. An obligation, you can already said, we can count on that money, we can use that money. An obligation at certain conditions, you cannot. Because the money, you never know. You always, in finance, you always need to think about the worst case scenario. That's the rule number one in finance. I don't really get it, Paolo. At the back, because Renato Vega is gone. I still think that you need a left center back, but the left center back could arrive if Savona leaves. Because Savona, guys, I told you, if you play with a three-man defense, you have already Gatti and Kalulu on the right. Savona, where do you play him? Center back, you have Rugani as well with Bremer. On the left, yeah, but that's not his favorite position. So according to me, you still need a left center back there. If Savona leaves. Or you can put a Gatti on the market, but no. No. So at the moment, you cannot sign a new defender. It depends on an exit. Last day makes no sense because then you don't have the time to sign someone, except if you already have an agreement. But last day makes no sense. If we are speaking about midfield, Koopmeiners, Locatelli, McKennie, Thuram. Depending on Nico Gonzalez, because at the moment Nico Gonzalez is a right wing back. If he leaves, I think that we need someone there. So it's a left center back, right wing back, and then someone up front. That could be a Zhegrova. We didn't speak about Zhegrova yet. You want to know about Zhegrova? From what I heard, from what I tweeted, but then I will stop because I don't want to do the Mercato insider. By the way, anyway, we don't even have a lot of likes. We have 248 likes. It's not a lot, huh? It's really not a lot. 248 likes. We have Miretti and Adzic at the moment. See, Adzic is still there. I think until someone comes. But Miretti and Adzic are there. We need someone instead of Yildiz and Conceição. At the moment, Adzic Miretti, it's a bit light, I think. You need someone else on top, especially because we have Jonathan David and nobody. Yeah, we already spoke about that. You need to pay attention because I tell you, people, they underestimate that only vacant extra EU spot. We heard about Kessié, Molina. There are a lot of players with a non-EU passport. Pay attention, huh? Pay attention. Attenzione! Panita is here. Attenzione. Who is that guy? You know him, guys? Tomorrow we come back on that. Tomorrow we come back. Not today. About our friend Zhegrova. Well, Juve did their part. Found an agreement, kind of. At 20 million euro included bonus for the player. Player can't wait. Really can't wait to join Juve. But there is one condition, is that everything goes fast, because Lille, they also need to find the substitute of Zhegrova. At the moment, Juventus, for a reason that I cannot tell you, they cannot push on making it now. So I don't expect Zhegrova to be official tomorrow or before the end of the week. It will take time. It could even maybe collapse because there are some things that I will not reveal, because I also decided to not speak about it anymore with news sources. But let's see. I hope, but we'll see. To me, no. To me, it's not even that. No. Right. Oh, guys, you go too fast from one to the other. I never said it's over for Zhegrova. I didn't say it will not come. You need to understand what I'm saying. I said Juventus did their part. The player wants to come. Lille, but things need to go fast, and there are some things. Mercato is difficult, guys. Huh? Don't believe that Mercato you go with a check and it's done and you give the papers and the players come. You have a lot of things to take into consideration. So don't believe that it's just like that. There are some things that you need to take decision, because that decision can influence something else and something else and something else. So also the fact that Dusan Vlahovic is there with the other ones that they go for Boniface, with Napoli that could go for other players. Marseille that is actually putting Rowe out of the team. They are looking for there are a lot of things that are changing like this, really fast. I always told you what is true today. Tomorrow it's not true anymore. It can change. Juventus did what they had to do. Now we wait. But I don't believe that the player will come in these coming days. If he comes, which I hope, which should be, it's next week. Yeah, guys, but Sancho, it's already a long time that we are not speaking about Sancho anymore. Sancho is old story, guys. Huh? Juventus, they said no. Juventus said no. Or you're 12, or you have a really short memory. I don't think it's the worst mercato ever del Piero 109. It's because of social media, guys, because you see a lot of transfer and this and this and that and voices and this and this and that. But every year I hear the same. Even last year, people were pissed off. We signed 12 players, and it's like an addiction, guys. Mercato is like an addiction. You need your daily doses of news during the summer because you want to hear. It's not enough. Even if you sign 12 new players, it's not enough. You need. Because social media, because it goes fast, because of the news. I don't know, guys. The worst mercato. You know when you know if it's the worst mercato or not. You know it at the end of the season. Look, we were all here last year, except of a few. We were all here in saying we did a fantastic mercato. The best player from the Premier League, the best player from Serie A. We did this. Of course, we are missing a Vice Vlahovic, we were saying, but we maybe miss a left back extra. But we did a big mercato. You remember? We all said that, huh? We're celebrating that signing. Then you can be happy, not happy, agree with that one or with not that one, but it was a beautiful mercato in terms of names, quantity, news. At the end, we all know how it went. We saw how it went. So when can you judge a mercato? At the end, guys, not during the mercato, not during. And no, I'm not even speaking about the end of August. I'm speaking about the end of the season. But I remember, like Colo said, only Wea. I remember the Locatelli summer. So it was Caio Giorgi quite fast. Locatelli took us like 2 months. And it was the only name. Today we are speaking about Zhegrova, Colomwani, we are speaking about Molina, we are speaking about Chiesi, we are speaking about different names. That summer, it was only Locatelli. At the end, Cristiano Ronaldo goes away, and we take Keane. 3 names. One, a young player that nobody knew about, Caio Giorgi, even if there was a bit of hype, but Locatelli waiting all summer, and then Moise Kean the last day of Mercato. So no, I don't agree. It's the worst Mercato ever. Also because, again, I repeat, Mercato is a tool, is a medium to make sure that you are performing better. So, only at the end. Now we can say that Mercato of Giuntoli was a disaster. Now we can say it with full confidence. Don't agree. Aurion, if you want to go towards why we are not selling, because it's always there is always a why. Yeah? Now it's because we have spent our budget for this summer already last year, because Cristiano Giuntoli was paying half the price for players, and he said that at the end of the season we will pay the rest. But Cristiano Giuntoli had other plans. I can tell you, I know for sure that he wanted to sell three big names. Three big names he wanted to sell this summer. Then he wanted to go for other names, but he wanted to sell three big names. So it's difficult when you arrive in a situation where Kalulu you need to sign immediately. You need to spend. Di Gregorio, part of Nico Gonzalez. There were a lot. We know it. 119 million were already spent. So it's tough. Huh? And then you change a total strategy. You say, oh, we don't sell. We don't give players anymore for free. I tell you, if Colomoni arrives together with Zhegrova, together with Arnau Martinez or Molina in the last week of Mercato, I think with Jonathan David and Joao Mario, I think that this Mercato has been, how can I say, extremely efficient. And we actually made a Mercato with some logic in that first year. So no, I don't know. Then people are saying, if the Mercato ends like this, it will not end like this. We all know that it will not end like this. That's a fact. Vlahovic was already a player that he wasn't even thinking. No, it's not Vlahovic. It's three players on top of Vlahovic. Maybe I should have tell you that. One day I will tell you the names. You want one name? It's an easy one. One name is easy. You already know. One name is easy. One name is Cambiaso, but you know that. Paolo, thank you, my friend. If we sign Colo, how do you feel about top 3 chances? I'm excited about our offensive. Tudor will hammer forward attacks, and that's something. With Colomani, we still miss something up front. With Colomani today we have. Can I open it? I need to change the team here. Wait, Okay, these are the 3 starters at today. Then you have at today, I repeat, at today you have Miretti, which is a total different player, Adzic, and you have Vlahovic. Let's understand what Vlahovic will do, because this is something that we don't know at the moment. And then you could have a Colomani instead of Dusan Vlahovic. Not really, but let's say that I think that you still miss something. But I don't believe that you can say we are top 3 or not top 3 just because you have Colomani or not. I really think that you need something here. You really need something. It's not enough. That's why I tell you Zhegrova would be important on top of Colomani, but we don't know about Colomani, so we must pay attention. We need to monitor that situation. Super important, as I told you this morning in the video. And I think that McKennie, Koopman, Thuram, Locatelli in the midfield. Also there you miss a bit. I tell you, I'm not 100% confident. I think that the intention will be good. I think that we will do some beautiful things, that we will see some beautiful things. But at today, we are missing a bit too much. I agree with Marcello, we still miss a player per role, per line. We miss, guys, that's the reality. We have a lot of games to play, Champions League, Serie A, Coppa Italia. To me, we miss. Then, at the end, will we be able to add them? Good. Otherwise, I don't know. We're in closing time, Ting McFly. Matt. Pepe, what number for Loca would you have to see to say... honestly, it's not my problem. I don't care. I said it in the video I made. I don't think that he would leave. I didn't think that at the end. I was right. But I really don't care. I'm not managing the finances of Juve. The only thing I want is that they are bringing me someone better. But that's for every player. No, I'm not saying that they are bringing me someone better because I'm lying there. That they are able to reinforce the team. That's super important. So if you sell Locatelli and you bring me Kessié on a free, let's say, and O'Reilly, let's say, and both they can actually give you something better for the team, I'm happy. If you bring me Tonali and he brings me better things than Locatelli, I'm happy. That's what matters to me. Then, if you tell me what is the realistic price for Locatelli at today, if we hear that Zakaria is worth 45, then I tell you 45, 50 million euro. We are speaking about someone that is playing in Champions League, playing in Italy, is a captain of Juve, even if it's a Juve in difficulty. Let's not forget about that. But I tell you that if you're ready from Saudi Arabia to give 45 for Zakaria, give me 50. Give me 50 for Locatelli. Then, no, it doesn't work like that, 50 and he's gone. Because he needs to agree. He needs to agree to leave. But, no, for me, even if we sell him for 10 million euro, if you bring me better players, I'm happy. But that's always like that. But even for Kenan Yildiz, guys, if you sell me Kenan Yildiz, but you are able to bring me 3 players with that money that are doing good, I'm happy. We sold Zidane, guys. Important to watch these kind of videos. I found it back. These kind of history. The history of Juve, the players. They all came, they all gone. Platini, Pirlo, Nedved, Barzagli, Del Piero, Marchisio, Pogba, Buffon. They came, they went. Some retired, some left. Fantastic. This is a fantastic, beautiful. That's a special edition. The special edition, I have number 1140. There are 1897 copies of that one. I show you. It's a special version. Was a book inside, and then you see the DVDs, white, black. You see there are 4 DVDs with extra stories. It's a limited edition. I was super happy to have one of these, to buy one of these. You know what's the irony? I don't have a DVD player anymore. That's a problem. But I'm happy that I have that. Samir, what players we missing to win the Scudetto? Thank you for 30 months. I don't think that we can compete for the Scudetto today. And I don't think that we are able to go on the market today to sign players for the Scudetto. It works in the PS5. No. I didn't know that. You're telling me that we can read DVDs on PS5? I didn't know. I will try. You're sure? Great. I didn't know. Yeah, I have the 5. Yeah, it's a disc version, of course. Guys, if you have, of course, if I have the PlayStation 5 without disc, where do you want to put it in? Of course. No, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but the older versions of PlayStation, you couldn't read them. Huh? That's why I always had Xbox as well in the past. When I was younger, I started with Xbox because Xbox you could, while PlayStation you couldn't. I know I know there are two versions: €500 for with disc, 400 without disc. We have both. Me and my son. We have both. The one with Okay, you tell me that already from PS3 they changed. I missed that step. Sì, abbiamo parlato anche di Open Da, amico mio. No, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Yeah, you had to download some tricky things, but I don't believe you. PS3, I could tell you maybe I missed the information, but not PS2. By the way, where is it coming from? That it's the worst Mercato ever. I don't get it. Why are people saying that? That is the worst Mercato ever. That's something I don't understand. And then I need to trust you. Why are people are saying it's the worst Mercato ever? I don't know. Maybe. Probably Stavros. Maybe. I really need to understand sometimes people, they go with bold. But you will see, huh? Then next year it will be again the worst, huh? Guys, I'm scared to tell you something, but I think that also Cabal has been overhyped a bit too much, and in the collective idea of a lot of people is probably much better than what he really is at the moment. I'm sorry I had to break it for a lot of people, but Cabal played 9 games with Juve, and the 9 games that he played with Juve, he played them as a left back. He didn't play in a 3-man defense. He played as a left back, and he played 600 something minutes out of the 900, so it was not even 90 minutes every single game. And in the 9 games that he played, I think that he remembers really well Zhegrova, for example. If we are really honest, in the 9 games that he played like 3 excellent, like 4 excellent games, 3 good and 2 not good. I hope Cabal comes, shows, does, but I, at the moment, don't put any hopes on recuperated Cabal extremely fast, and especially not in immediately already thinking that he will be a starter. I think that really it's like, okay, Bremer was injured, Cabal injured, oh, we missed the season because of these 2 injuries, Cabal, where is he injured? That suddenly we made ourselves a movie, a film that he has been essential for us, but then you go and you watch, he played only 9 games for Juve, and not even the entirety. And what is bringing us to Cabal starter, or because people, for exaggerated reasons, they don't want to see Kelly. They prefer to put the neighbor that never played football in his life as a starter in their fictive starting lineup than Kelly. That's the reality. If people today are saying Cabal starter, as a left center back, it's because they don't want Kelly. It's not because they want Cabal. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. That would be the epic fight to understand who was hated the most between Alexandro and Kelly. I remember a lot of hypocrites with thank you legend, thank you for what you did for Juve, while the day before they were about to go under his house with banners like go out of my club. I saw the stories, guys. Okay. Rabiot to reinforce the midfield, yes or no? Now, 50 million euro, 15 million euro. Bargain. He knows Juve. Chiellini says, go for it. Experience. Leadership. There are still some yes. A few yes. The story, he fought a player with big capital letters. Marseille, they have to step down a bit in terms of morality. Because if we want to make the story complete, they signed a player that we discussed a lot here, Greenwood. So where De Zerbi said, I don't care, because I'm looking at the player, I'm looking at the performances, I don't care at all, I don't speak at all. He wanted, De Zerbi wanted and did everything to have Greenwood, not paying attention to morality. So, De Zerbi, again, he went to kick Icone, I don't remember the name, in the face last year. He went to kick him, He went to go and kick him, to go a fight. It's the player that had to divide them. Call your agent, because he was not doing the pass or whatever. So, in terms of morality, in terms of we never saw that, then this and that, calma. I think that De Zerbi, I'm not the biggest fan of De Zerbi, but I think that I remember also last year when he went totally nuts and crazy. He wanted everyone to go to be there from 5 a.m. in the morning, starting training session for 7 days in a row, and going out, going to home at 8 p.m. No, not even going to home. I don't remember, but anyway, I remember the toxic environment that De Zerbi is creating. Pay attention. And what does that mean also? That he's not able to handle the locker room. But in terms of morality, he should step down a bit. That's my opinion. Then the real story of what happened in the locker room, I have absolutely no idea. I read, I heard, things went too far, probably, but I was not there. I didn't see any images. I don't know the origin. I don't know if it's things like that should never happen. Never happen. But I don't know. So, and I told you, I don't think that he will come. Molina. I know who is Molina. Molina is things. Molina is a bit the insider of the story, but if you go back in the history of what Molina said, there are some things that are true. There are some things that are not true. Was Molina there, Sandro? He wasn't there. So what Molina knows is what people want him to know. And by the way, if you're listening to Molina, the story that he reports is that he was not even the one that initiated the fight, Rabiot. There was already a fight between Rowe and another player where Rabiot went to divide. Actually, then Rowe probably said something to Rabiot. They went into a fight. But that should not happen. That should not happen. But I think that the Zerbi should pay attention to his locker room, because it's not the first time that these kind of things are happening. He shows that he cannot manage a locker room. That's the reality. Molina is a French insider that goes with the gossip stories. Loves these kind of gossip stories, explaining inside information about Mbappe, about whatever, about all the French. I know who is. I don't think that they just wanted him to go. I think that there was a fight. You cannot just put two players like that on the market with already something happened, which we cannot justify, which we cannot agree. We cannot say it's okay because it's an ex-player of Juve, or because we cannot say because we don't like him, it's because of him. Things like that should never happen. On that one, I totally agree with everyone that spoke. Let's be about football, guys. It's football. Or even at your job. If in your job you're fighting, you're out, which is normal. Which should be normal. If you have two people that are fighting, both of them are out. So on that it makes sense. You cannot justify. But what we hear from De Zerbi, I don't like De Zerbi. I really don't like De Zerbi. I really don't like him. As a coach and as a person, I always told you, I'm not a big fan at all. Okay, that's me, guys. I really don't like him. Then he has some supporters, but too much in the ego. I don't know, guys. What did he do? Then, guys, if he comes to Juve, I will support him like I support everyone, but I hope as well that I will not see him. That being said, guys, we close. It's 1 hour 53 of live, so it's time to close. I need to go to bed because tomorrow it's again a long day with a lot of things to do. Ragazzi miei e ragazze, Juventini, Juventine. By the way, we didn't see a lot of Juventine. Mamma mia. From by the way, before closing, home, okay, black and white. Away, the pink, and third, the black one. If you need to, which one is your preferred one? Like that, first feeling. Of course, they will still change. Black and white, black or the pink? Which one is your preferred one? The third away and then the home. The pink one. Love the pink. First, then second, then third. Home, finally a classic one. So this one. Black and gold always win. Away, 30s, I really like it. Excellent shirts. Pink, all nice. I agree as well. Home for Abai. Pink, black and white. You should make a shirt that says Attenzione. Who is the crazy guy? Or who from you would buy a shirt with Attenzione? I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. That's another project that we could do. I told you, be patient. Be patient. By the way, this year, beautiful surprises. You already have the Gianluca Vialli pack. Maybe there will be more surprises. We'll see. We will see. No, but I always think that people. Why would people buy it? I always doubt about that. Let me check how many Juventini we are. 30. Ooh, 39. 420. 420. Up. Ragazzi, grazie. We see each other tomorrow. Don't forget to like the video. We see each other tomorrow. Don't forget the video because there are important messages if you want to know before everyone else. And then don't forget, like the video. Ciao. A domani. Ciao.